What's going on, sports fans? As you guys know, Mayweather versus Pacquiao's official weigh-in just ended. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about some articles. We're less than 24 hours away from the fight, and the whole world is excited. Most anticipated fight in the history of boxing, as they say. Some disagree, some don't. Anyway, things I want to talk to you guys about is Teddy at last. As you guys know, Teddy is ESPN analyst and used to work with Mike Tyson back in the days. And they had some kind of animosity. But that's water under the bridge, right? Anyway, Teddy believes that Manny Pacquiao has a chance of beating Floyd Mayweather Jr., which is good. You know, I never thought he'd say that because, like I said before in my past videos, Teddy was like against Manny Pacquiao in the beginning before they actually agreed in January. I think it was something last year. Teddy was not for Manny Pacquiao at all. But now that's what he's saying. Says Manny Pacquiao might beat Mayweather on a controversial decision. Maybe. He says for Pacquiao to beat Mayweather, he's going to need to avoid doing what he always does by rushing straight in. You know how Manny Pacquiao is very aggressive, goes forward, no breaks, throw punches everywhere. Which is good and bad, right? I'd have to disagree. With Teddy on what he said here. Why? Well, as I said in my predictions before, Mayweather has the best or the better defense in this fight. Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, right? He has a better defense. Manny Pacquiao cannot afford to just sit back and stay back and wait for that opening because he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Mayweather's not going to allow him or afford him to get those shots in. He's going to have to risk. Yes, it's a risk. It always has been a risk when you're fighting with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And if you follow Mayweather and Pacquiao, you would know that. I'm sure that, you know, Teddy at last has better analysis on these two fighters than probably I'm ever gonna have. But I just disagree. I think that Manny Pacquiao needs to, if not, throw a lot of punches and be aggressive. I mean, be aggressive as he can be. And I hope that his stamina gets through. I hope that he prepared to be busy throughout the whole 12 rounds, if it does go 12 rounds, which my prediction was a knockdown at least within 9 rounds. It's very hard to knock out Mayweather. Very hard. It's very tough, you know. And I said that before. But it's not impossible. I'm not going to talk about Manny Pacquiao being knocked out because he has been. You know, he had been knocked out before. By 5 times he lost. He knocked out like 3 times. I mean, you know, it's no secret to him. It's nothing different, you know. This is a question though. Can Mayweather knock out Manny Pacquiao? Does he have the punching power to knock out Manny Pacquiao? Now, Manny Pacquiao has a chin now. He's been hitting a lot of shots. Those knockouts that he received before and end up in a knockout is because it was wide open, big shot. Not necessarily Mayweather's MO. You know, Mayweather, yeah, he throws that right hand when he set people up for traps, but it's not necessarily a heavy punch. I mean, even when he knocked out Ortiz got up. I mean, yeah, he was TKO, obviously, because he couldn't get up, but he wasn't like, boom, knocked out, you know what I mean? Like, sleep and knocked out. It wasn't like that. If I recall, the last time he did close to really KO was Hatton. That was in the 9th round, and Manny Pacquiao did worse, 2nd round. Marquez did Pacquiao in the 6th round. But like I said, can't base present performances from the past. Past is past. Present is present, future is future, right? Because what happened after Manny Pacquiao lost to Marquez? I mean, he beat 3 guys, including 6 knockdowns on the bigger guy. Anyway, I know Mayweather is not no Algerian. I know Mayweather is not no Brandon Rios, nor Bradley. Last 3 fighters that Manny Pacquiao fought and beat. I know that. Got it. But I disagree with Teddy when he says that he's going to need to avoid what he always does, rushing. If anything, he needs to rush. He needs to be busy. Yes, Pacquiao needs to take those chances. That's the only really way he could have a chance of knocking down or knocking out Mayweather. He's got to throw punches, man. Yes, those comes with risk. What doesn't? What doesn't? Come on, man. Be honest. If you want Pacquiao to just stand there and wait for that opening, it's never gonna come, and he's gonna get jabbed to death by Mayweather and wins by decision, right? Unanimous, if not split. Says Teddy doesn't think Pacquiao will be able to get away with his normal in and out style. If he comes straight into the line of fire, Mayweather's straight right hand. I already said that, right? He's gonna have to take those risks, and with him, you know, with those crazy hands of Manny Pacquiao, different angles, I just wish or hope that I just watch out for the right hand, watch out for the traps, and I'm sure Manny Pacquiao have seen enough videos, tapes, and studied Mayweather for the last 4 or 5 months, if not more. I'm sure he knows that. But Mayweather's quick now, but so does Manny Pacquiao. Different styles though. Manny Pacquiao has legs now. Mayweather has great defense, you know, with that shoulder roll. I mean, yeah, you got it. But it's not impossible to beat. Mayweather is a great defender, expert on defense, but not impossible to hit, if that makes sense. Can't wait till the fight night. It's gonna happen, man. It's less than 24 hours away. We've been waiting for this. I mean, every YouTube channel, boxing YouTube channel, is talking about this, that they can't wait to see the fight. So am I. So, it says over here, for me, the fight is about Pacquiao being sure what he doesn't do in order to win. That's what Teddy said. If he doesn't walk in down the road in the front door and get caught with the right hand, then he'll be all right. If he doesn't do that, then he'll find a way. In other words, and his trainer, Freddie Roach, who's a good trainer, earns about 10%, which is somewhere around $8 to $10 million, or $9 million if he earns money by coming up with an answer, not getting caught, coming straight in, because Mayweather is going to be waiting with that straight right hand. Yeah, I get it. You know, this is contradicting a lot of people, though. You know, a lot of people saying that Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather is gonna be aggressive. He's gonna come out blazing like a, you know, wildfire. No, and I've been saying this. Like I said, y'all ought to watch my prediction video, because I said the same thing. Contrary to a lot of people's belief that Mayweather is gonna go out blazing like a wildfire, he's not. He's not gonna change. His style's been always like that for the last 19, 20 years. Defensive style, sets traps, lands a right hand, lands a big right hand shot. Not gonna change. If anything, like I said before, the only thing's gonna change is he may throw a little bit more jabs and set a little bit more traps than he usually do. But other than that, I think it's gonna be the same fight. My Pacquiao ain't gonna change. If anything, my Pacquiao is just gonna be more aggressive, because he knows, and I believe he knows, and Freddie Roach knows, that the only way to get in Mayweather is to throw a lot of punches. It does come with risk. It does come with risk. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked out. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked down. Hopefully he doesn't get hit all the time, and he'll be all right. Should survive. My prediction still stands. Within 9 rounds, Mayweather gets his first knockdown in his entire career. Manny Pacquiao wins by split decision if he goes all 12 rounds. If not, get lucky with a KO. To me, Manny Pacquiao wins. If it's controversial, like what Teddy here is saying, then yes, it would be an uproar to the whole boxing world. boxing fans, everybody. You guys know, so the article that came out that this is already an uproar in the Philippines, is considering this a holiday. 100 million people in the Philippines are going to be watching it. Crime rate is going to go low because all the bad guys are going to be watching. So that's a great news, even for an hour. Anyway, it says over here that it's going to be difficult for Pacquiao not to come straight down the middle when he's attacking Mayweather, because that's the main way Pacquiao has always attacked his opponents. See, I don't know about that. He may have changed that. You don't know that. Sometimes he'll come to the side, but it's very rare. I don't agree with that. He's pretty much always come straight down the middle, Pacquiao. Pacquiao will run straight down the middle, hoping he can land something. Hoping is not the word I would actually use when describing Pacquiao. I think it's more like aggressive, busy, you know what I mean? Not hope. Come on, man. He didn't get this far because he always hoped. I should ask Teddy, when was the last time you were ever in a situation like Manny Pacquiao? Did you ever come this far, this big? No. So shut up. Anyway, it says over here, if you watch Pacquiao's last fight against Algieri, Pacquiao was always coming straight in, just like he did in a lot of fights against Juan Manuel Marquez. No. He didn't go just straight with Algieri. He did few times with Marquez and he got caught. That was it. This guy's just over his head again. He came straight down the middle. So by ANALYST suggesting that Pacquiao not to come straight down the middle, I don't think it's possible because his game isn't built for him not to come down the middle. Is he at Manny Pacquiao's freaking camp every day for the last 2-3 months? You don't know that. He's just talking crap. So when Pacquiao comes in with that pressure, Mayweather is going to look to throw that southpaw killer. Whatever, man. Southpaw, what killer? He has trouble with southpaw. If you guys didn't know, Guerrero he should have been an easy win for Mayweather. He couldn't even knock him out. He couldn't even knock him down. Guerrero was a southpaw, that's why. Come on, man. Who are you freaking telling? Who are you lying to? That's like my somewhat of a disappointment on Mayweather when he fought Guerrero. Because Guerrero, come on, man. Guerrero, dude, should have crushed that guy, you know. If anything, he should have had a hard time with Canelo Alvarez. That kid was tough, you know, but he schooled him. Sorry to say that, but he did. He did worse to Canelo than when he did to Guerrero. Why? Canelo was an orthodox. Guerrero, on the other hand, is southpaw. Says over here that Pacquiao winning by a controversial decision is going to anger a lot of boxing fans. That's gonna be vice versa. If Mayweather wins by controversial, it's gonna be uproar also. Because with the money that they're paying out to see this fight, they're going to want to see a conclusive decision. I agree. I mean, all of us want to see a clear win, clear fight, no controversy, no stupid robberies. We got it. Agree. It will be a pity if Pacquiao gets controversial victory or if Mayweather gets controversial win, because it will turn boxing fans off and make them feel like they were ripped off. I mean, yeah, that's no secret. But we can't rule out the fact that that robbery does happen in boxing. And that's where the commission needs to be very strict and microscope who they gonna pick as judges. That's out of Mayweather and Pacquiao's hands. That's out of anybody's hands except for the commission who picks the judges and the referee. You know, let this. You know, this is what I say. I know this might not sound very good to everybody, but I need to say this. With the magnitude of this fight, everybody around the world, to include the boxers, athletes themselves, are going to be watching. The money spent, the time, effort, everybody is involved, right? This fight cannot be what a usual fight has always been. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. Let's, for example, let's say first on Manny Pacquiao's side. This fight should not be how he fought Rios, Bradley, Jerry. Yeah, those three. At least those three, right? Because it wasn't really, it was exciting, but it wasn't that exciting. Like, it was just a normal trading shots, you know, one here, two here, 1, 2. I mean, it was just like that. It was just running around, just like how Jerry did to Pacquiao in November. He ran around, jab, hoping that he could use his reach to beat Manny Pacquiao, and end up getting caught and down to the canvas 6 times. Regardless of what people say and criticize me about it, Algieri's fault that he fell down and slipped. Why? Because he kept running. Had he not freaking run all the damn time, then he wouldn't have slipped. Come on, man. It's no freaking rocket science. That's his fault. Oh, I slipped. Oh, the 2 of them were slipped. Had you not run around so much, then you wouldn't have slipped. Come on. You're trying to get away from a guy that you about 5 feet taller from. Come on, man. So there's no excuse. Manny Pacquiao never had an excuse. Manny Pacquiao did not once say, and you know what? How come Mayweather never mentioned that? Manny Pacquiao not once had an excuse, or made an excuse, or made a comment about the knockout that he received from Marquez on the 4th fight, 2012 December. How come? How come never mentioned that? Why? Because Mayweather never ever want to give Manny Pacquiao any credit. Because he is scared of the guy. You know what I mean? Before they were actually in the same division, Mayweather was seen on the ringside watching Manny Pacquiao fight and rooting for him. That all changed when Manny Pacquiao started moving up and kicking butts. All of a sudden, oh man, I gotta face this guy. That's what Mayweather said. No, I don't like him no more. So, you know what I mean? It's typical, selfish, only wants to be the best type personality, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's all from Atlas, from Teddy. Some I agreed, some I disagreed, if you guys didn't notice. I believe Manny Pacquiao needs, okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I believe Manny Pacquiao needs to be blazing like a wildfire. He cannot, but he needs to also be careful when he's doing those. Hopefully he doesn't get caught. But he cannot be not busy. He needs to be busy. He needs to get shots in. Alright? Just like how he did to other fighters. Mayweather is no other fighters that Manny Pacquiao had faced before. I believe I will give credit to De La Hoya. De La Hoya, who else I can give credit to? That I really like the fight. I can't say Marquez, man. That's 4 freaking times. Come on, dude. You bound to lose. You play a guy so many times, chess game, you gotta lose. But Manny Pacquiao afforded Marquez that fight 4 times. Cotto was alright, you know. I mean, Cotto, I believe, since he lost to Pacquiao and Mayweather, I believe he got better. So I don't want to hear none of that stuff where Mayweather been saying that, you know, if a guy loses, it's not the same anymore. If I beat him, it's no longer the same. No, Cotto is better now. Cotto is scary. He did some self-adjustment, if you will. Well, he's with Federer Roach too, so that makes sense. Anyway, about Mayweather's side though, the closest that I will give credit to fighting Mayweather, that are somewhat exciting, not necessarily close to beating Mayweather, exciting. I would say Maidana the first time. I don't know, man. Maybe because I just like people that are busy. My dad was busy on the first fight. De La Hoya was busy with Mayweather. Very busy. Hatton was busy, but careless, if that makes sense. Yeah, those guys. Few of those guys. But yeah, there you go. I mean, Teddy has some valid points, but I disagree with most of them. Only a little bit I agreed. Not much. There you go, guys. There's my little analysis, review, and thoughts from the comment that Teddy had put out. Pacquiao beats Mayweather by controversial decision. We don't want to see that. Mayweather beats Pacquiao by controversial decision. We don't want to see that. Robbery. We don't want to see that. Kenny Bayless being biased. We don't want to see that. Being unfair. We don't want to see that. Like I said, this fight need to have. Oh, I think I got caught off guard. What I was gonna say earlier is that this fight cannot be those fighters that both fighters have fought before. It cannot be like that. Has to have trading shots, toe to toe. You know, some brawl in there. That's exciting. Can't be Floyd running around and throwing jabs and setting up Pacquiao. How exciting is that? You know, obviously Mayweather wouldn't mind an easy win, but he ain't gonna easy win Pacquiao. Come on, man. Hell, even Marquez at his best on the fourth fight still took him 6 rounds, but he was bloody as hell. Did you not see Marquez's face and nose and mouth, all this stuff was all swelled up and bleeding? He caught that lightning in the bottle when he messed up Pacquiao. He was on the verge of getting KO'd himself. Oh, man. Pacquiao was the one that got knocked down first time. Pacquiao is the one that was losing all the most of the rounds. Well, he was the one that's bloody as hell. Come on, man. Whatever, man. I can't wait till the fight happens. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are too. We will see it very, very soon. Less than 24 hours. I've been waiting for this for a long time. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. Teddy says Pacquiao wins by controversial decision. Hope not. 12 Rounds TV, please subscribe. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.